Let's go, champ. What is good with it, YouTube? Fight fans all over the world. It's your boy, the realest of the real. Yes, sir, I said it. Real Talk Boxing. It is a privilege and honor and a major blessing to be back with you beautiful people yet again. Blood, sweat, and tears. Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson. Episode 1 and 2. This fight is happening this weekend, man. I was like, these fights are coming up quick. And not only that, I believe Katie Taylor and Serrano is fighting this weekend as well. Big night of boxing. I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know who I'm going to watch. But I want to talk about this blood, sweat, and tears. And I think this is a blueprint to what's actually going to happen in the fight, in my opinion. Watching the first episode, it was pretty much about Oscar, and his, controversy with the banned substance that was detected in his blood. He seemed, did y'all see Oscar Valdez's mother in episode 1? Did y'all see Mama? Anyway, he seemed a little emotional. Everybody thinks I'm a cheater. They got a hold of me, said that, hey, we detected this in your blood work and it'll be okay. We're going to test you again. Should be fine type thing. And he said social media got a hold to it and it just blew up. And he seemed like he was in tears. Now, I don't know whether those were real tears or crocodile tears. But I'm going to be honest with you. I hope that they were crocodile tears, man. Because if they're not, that tells me that mentally he's bothered and shaken by it. We all know banned substances are used all over. Some have been caught, some have not. But I guarantee you, man, if they took a random drug test with every fighter around the world, you would see more of this popping up. Not making excuses for Valdez, even though he was stating that he didn't know how it got in his body. I think that's what he said. Either way it goes, it was in there, bro, and it was a bad look. Excuse me, But by watching that first episode, it kind of seems like that he's mentally, kind of shaking a little bit, man, and has something to prove, especially after his last fight, which was very close, and, being, popped for a banned substance and still allowed to fight and to keep his title is another thing that put a bad taste in people's mouth. So it is what it is, though. Now, the second episode, you got to understand something, man. Shakur Stevenson is very, very confident. He is a 23-year-old monster who ain't even in his prime yet. And that's scary. That's really, really scary. And he feels like he's going to be the best boxer of his era. And he's going to unify the junior lightweight, I believe, division with 2 titles instead of 1. He was stating that people compare him to Floyd Mayweather, which I don't see the comparison unless we're talking about Pretty Boy and not Money, because we all know there's 2 Floyd Mayweathers as a fighter. There's Pretty Boy and then there's Money. Now, I can see the comparison when we're talking Pretty Boy, but not Money Made. He said, but at 23, he feels like he knows more about boxing than Floyd Mayweather did at 23 years old. And I don't think he's just clout chasing. I don't think he's just throwing Mayweather's name out there to clout chase. I think the kid is dead serious. He truly believes that. He truly believes it. And his skill set and his mindset and his ability is pretty crazy. And he says, you guys see what y'all see, but he said, man, I know boxing. In and out, I know boxing. And that's what people underestimate about him, he says. Let's get back to Oscar Valdez, who said something in episode 2 when they were watching film on Stevenson. He says that Stevenson gets a little too comfortable when he feels like he's dominating his opponent. And he said, that's where I'm going to look for the mistake. He said, because one punch is going to change the fight. I'm just looking for that mistake, that window. And that's going to change the whole fight. And if you really listen to what he's saying, well, I tell you what, I'll give you my opinion on what I think that he was stating. I think that he's stating in that comment that I'm looking for one punch. You know, my only shot is to knock this dude out. I may be behind in the fight. I may be getting out boxed, out skilled. So I'm looking for that one punch. And everybody knows if you're looking for that one punch, 9 times out of 10, you ain't going to find it. You got to let it happen naturally. You know how? You go into the body, you feinting, you jabbing. Everything is after the jab. Now, Valdez is an amazing fighter himself. And he's really not slow. He's a pretty fast fighter. And he has a heck of an overhand. And best believe Shakur Stevenson is going to have to be watching out from that from bell one to however long the fight lasts. Because he's dangerous. And I believe that he's a bigger puncher than Shakur Stevenson. And Stevenson ain't no slouch himself. And that goes to show you how big of a puncher Valdez is. He's explosive. Very explosive. But I think that he lacks confidence coming into this fight, judging by what I'm seeing. My own opinion now. I ain't saying I'm right. This is my personal opinion, watching these 2 episodes of Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And I think that that might be his downfall. Now, I've always stated that I think Shakur will win this fight. Now, whether he'll stop Valdez, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe a unanimous decision. But if Shakur Stevenson isn't careful, because a desperate man is a dangerous man. But I feel like that Valdez is going to get very emotional in this fight and get out of his game plan, man. And I think mentally he's going to break himself down in this fight, along with what Shakur Stevenson is putting on him. Definitely. But honestly, I don't see confidence in Valdez, but I do in Shakur Stevenson. But this weekend we'll know. We will definitely know. If you haven't checked out Blood, Sweat, and Tears, there's 2 episodes out right now. Go check it out, and you tell me what you think about it. But as always, respect all. Fear none. God bless. Till the next time Real Talk Boxing, I'm up, and I'm out of here, baby.